Okay, since I haven't had a chance to get started on the camper, I can at least give you a camper update. Let you have a little walkthrough kind of thing. Dad's camper is 28 feet. That's into the bumper to into the trailer hitch. It does need a bath. It is a J Feather from Jayco. I was told it is a 2007. This is not a mobile outpost edition. I don't know. Yeah, our decals are just that awesome. It's the 26L. It had an accident on the way back from Yellowstone. We got ran off the road and into a guardrail. So it actually took damage to the trim, and it actually took damage to the door. The door's been fixed. And it also taking a good bit of damage to the awning, which Dad pieced back together. At this point in time, I think we just need a new awning. It's the rest of the damage. So stuff that needs to be done. I need to pull. Oh yeah, the damage actually starts here and goes all the way down. I actually need to pull all this trim off and recock. But Dad's been using it for storage, but it's very humid in here, so I know we're still getting a lot of moisture in it. The floor's not wet today, and the box isn't soaked, so that's a plus. But ceiling is soft, especially around the AC unit. So I know the entire ceiling needs to be replaced. It's actually currently being supported by that. So the plan is I'm going to pull all the storage containers out of my closet and pack literally everything up in here. And it's not just... the Yeti cooler is probably one of the few things that actually belongs in here, along with the seats. There's actually... this spot on the floor slightly worries me. It sinks. There's stuff in everything. Literally everywhere. So I'm gonna have to come through and pull absolutely everything out. And redo it. Need to pull out the tents and figure out which one we're taking to prepper camp, or if I'm taking mine. Saying fuck it. That is actually a wing bed. It folds completely out over the tailgate and turns into a queen size bed. It's pretty much, that ends like a pop-up camper. And then water jug with a missing lid. Brita. I don't know why we have so many heaters in here. This is actually full of stuff, but I can't even get into it with this thing here. This is a horrible view because I don't have a lot of space with the slide in. Cabinets are full, so I'm going to have to pack all that up. I'm not kidding. Cabinets are full. The cabinet over here is full. I really want to kind of refinish these black, all the appliances. That might not happen. The fridge isn't working. It went out before our last trip. We don't know what's going on with it. It probably just needs replaced at this point. The bunks. Those cabinets, thank God, I'm pretty sure are empty. Yep. Yep. Chase's telescope. Need to find the extra pieces to it because I'm not sure what's going on with it. I need to pull all of the quilts off and add about a foot onto them because they're really not long enough. And really cool thing about, I was trying not to mess them up. This one is actually a finished quilt. This one was one my grandmother had started and I tried to finish out, but I didn't want to ruin it by adding on something that she wouldn't have. So it's a good foot short, shorter than what it needs to be. So I need to take my trim off and do a new backing, or just, I don't know, I'll figure something out, add to it somehow. Same thing with this one here. These are literally history in a quilt. It's all clothing that had been worn out by my mom's family and my grandma. Hey girl kitty. Cut them into squares and made quilts. Yes, it has a lot more room when its slide is out. Bathroom, world's tiniest bathroom. I have no idea what's going on with that freaking tub, but it's pissing me off. It was clean. And then we came home from somewhere, and for whatever reason, we ended up with stuff in it, and that shouldn't have happened. My broken cabinet, yeah, that just agitates me, and just more stuff that needs to come out. A lot of this probably just needs to be tossed at this point. Yeah. Welcome to the camper. So yeah, the plan is to pull all my containers and get everything out of the camper. Absolutely everything out of the camper. And then I have to take down all the cabinetry so I can take down, yeah, that's a pretty decent picture of the damage. Oh, and my supports are now going through the ceiling. That's freaking fantastic. Which means I'll probably need to pull these appliances too. But pull out all the cabinets and tear down the roof, the ceiling, and then evaluate all the supports underneath. I'm really kind of hoping that it's just the supports around the AC unit that need to be replaced. And then I'm going to put new ceiling panels up, which I'll probably go with just the, you know, that really thin wood that looks like beading that they usually put over top of drywall or put in trailers. Thinking about going with that. And then some sort of insulation. But yeah, all that needs to come out. But the downside is this has to come out too. But this is my AC wiring. This is my sensors for all my tanks. Carbon monoxide doesn't work. So that needs to come out too. But once all that is out and I redo the ceiling, I'm going to paint all the cabinetry and give it an update. I'm going to update the hardware on it. I really want to take the top of that table and cover it in maps and then epoxy it. And then I'm going to redo all of the window treatments. I would actually like to make them functional because it's got the pull down shades, and then those are just decorations. I'd rather have them functional because it does add an extra layer of warmth and insulation. I'm going to recover the furniture. This one, the cushions are actually attached because it's the jackknife sofa, which, oddly enough, you have to put a jack underneath it. Otherwise, it leans to the inside because it's sagging when you pull it out. But I'm going to get just a regular sofa cover for that and cover it. everything needs washed. Of course, we're going to keep with the zombie theme, because it's funny. I got those for Dad. They were pillow covers off of Wish. But the idea is to go through all Dad's camping stuff, make the camper just camper stuff, and then make it off limits to Dad. If that means that I have to turn around and change the damn locks on it. Then I really would like to get like a little tiny tow behind trailer that I can put like all of our camping gear in. Tents, stoves, all that kind of stuff, so that we don't have to unpack it from the garage. I don't have to unload it when we come back from somewhere. I can just unhook it and be cool. That's like a completely different story though. But that's the camper, and if you can't tell, my steps are crooked too. That's from damage. Everything except for the Jayco stickers I did custom, which I think is really cool. I'm surprised they're actually doing as well as they are. That thing needs a major freaking wash. Yeah, all my trimming needs to be redone. Recaulk the windows, recaulk all the accessories. Hey, look, tiny lizard! This needs to go to the trash. I need a new sewer hose. I need to make sure that the heater's actually working. Yeah, I literally did all of our decals. Alright. Well, that's pretty much the rundown on the camper. At this point, the battery's probably going to need replaced too. And I'm going to have to take a good look at the tires, because they're low. Make sure that we don't have any rot going on. Might have to possibly replace those. It's a lot of work, and honestly, I'll probably be doing it by myself. I love Dad, but he's really getting too old to do this mess. And then I end up with stuff like this. You know, we literally moved into a house that was 40 years of marriage, where us 3 kids grew up most of our lives. And Dad's one of those shelter-in-place preppers where you have it in case you need it. You know, raised by the Depression-era mom who grew up during the Great Depression, and so there's a lot of accumulation, and I try to keep it under control, and it's a nightmare. Yeah. It's been interesting, but it's a ton of stuff to do, but that's the next big project, and I've already come to that conclusion that I'm pretty much doing it by myself. Dad doesn't realize how much is actually wrong with that camper, and it's just overwhelming at this point. In other news, the kids have a punching bag that I need to mount somewhere, probably on some scaffolding. And somebody needs to get on the roof and finish painting it. Yes, we have a tin roof. Alright. That's all for now, folks. Gotta go deal with the children.